Good morning, everyone. Come on in. How are you doing? I'm told that the app is notifying everyone, so hope that you're having a good morning. I'm actually going to see and make sure that we are live even over in our Facebook group. So this way we are all together and right on the same page and everything. So come on in, get comfortable, get comfortable. I hope that you all have had a good weekend. Today is Tuesday and it's another bright start to our day. And so, I want to get things started right. So I do have to apologize to you. I have still have the allergies. I told you I was battling them last week. Well, guess what? They're still knocking on my door and very present today. So please excuse me. I have my tea. I have my tea here. It's echinacea elderberry. It's so good. So just to let you know, it's all about that totality of mind, body, and soul, which we're going to get into today. So just letting it notify everybody's telling me that they're getting in here and it's good. Good morning. Nice to see you from over in Facebook. It's good to get your comments in here. It's been such nice feedback, even to hear from you all. So, you know what? Like I said, this is about honoring our time. I'm going to get started because, I always want to honor our time together. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous discussion. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified each and every time that I go live right here. This is LaPaz Image Consultants, where everything is fabulous. My name is Sonya LaRae. I'm the president and CEO of LaPaz Image Consultants, and I'm a lifestyle relationship counselor, fashion psychologist, educator, holistic health and wellness consultant. And so, all my esteemed C suite executives and high level entrepreneurs, today, guess what? We're going to delve into the crucial topic of finding synergy between work and personal life. And last week we touched on this with work life integration, marrying them in. So, we live in a world that basically emphasizes strict separation between these two dynamic spheres. And I like to say it that way because they are so distinct and so, different. And so we're really going to get into this today and really how people really like to separate them. But when you are in reality, we know that they come into contact with each other. So recognizing the potential for work and personal life can contribute, to a holistic success and holistic well-being as well. It even kind of takes our stress levels down when we can really harmonize the two and bring the two in together. So, I love to start most of my discussions off with a clear meaning. And today we're going to get kind of a clarity on that word synergy, because I want you all to realize that when I use that word synergy, it requires both these dynamic energies of personal and professional to come together to produce a combined effect that's greater than anything else that we have or we experience. And it causes us to birth harmony into our daily lives. And that's what this is all about. Getting to come in here, really work with you in this way, is really getting to show you how working with me can really marry all the elements of your life seamlessly. So, being that we're together for 30 minutes, and I told you I'm honoring our time, I want to get into the keys. And in all of my discussions, I love to give out master keys. So, if this is your first time here with me, I see over here in YouTube, on Facebook, we have some first timers. They're saying new. So, really nice to see you all here. And if you're new here on YouTube, drop a one or say new in the comments. Or if you've been with me before, give me a two or just say, hey, I've been with you for a while, or I've taken journeys with you, or I listen to you. Just let me know, and let me know where you're listening from. Like, where are you on this beautiful globe? So when I give out master keys, those master keys actually open up the hallways, the corridors, the secret compartments of our hearts and our minds. So always remember to bring your keychain with you, because each master key is always going to work with one of the other master keys that you got from our discussion, because they work congruently with each other. So if you've ever been to your safe deposit box, yes, you've been here for a while. I love it. I'm so glad. I'm glad to have you here with me. Thank you so much. So you know that they're really causing each other to come in together. Those keys really marry and they fix each other and they open up certain elements in our hearts and our mind. So that's why it's so imperative that I always tell you all to bring your keychains as well as your notebooks. So the first key that we're going to get into is shifting perspectives. Ooh, that's a big one in itself. And especially for C suite executives, high level executives, entrepreneurs as yourself. See, to embark on this journey of finding synergy, it's imperative to like shorter than it sounds. So instead of viewing work as a person and personal life as two distinct entities, I want you to consider them as interconnected facets of balance and fulfillment in existence. So, interconnected, I love this aspect, and it means that we're going to mutually join our professional and personal life seamlessly. So, you got to recognize that achievement in one area can positively impact the other, fostering overall growth. Now, like I said, this is a segment that requires that you are interactive, that you really kind of bring your notebooks, because I want you to really engage and to be able to start to see how it is to work with me. Because in each of our sessions, we are going to get homework, and each of the assignments are going to build out, and this is going to be in your journals that you can go back and pull information from. So it requires that you really be engaged. So here is an exercise to really help you shift your perspective, okay? So I want you first and foremost to reflect on your morning routine, all right? So think about that. Think about your morning routine. I want you to write a brief description of your typical morning routine and focusing on the first 30 minutes after you wake up. Just that first 30 minutes. What are you doing in that first 30 minutes of when you rise? Okay? So your assignment is that you're going to reflect on your morning routine. I want you to write a brief description of your typical AM rising routine and what takes place in that first 30 minutes. Then I want to explore how you transition from your personal to your professional responsibilities during this time. So I need you to consider factors such as your mindfulness practices, your prioritizations of tasks, and your mental prioritizations for the work day. That's what I need you to consider and to focus on. So you're going to consider factors such as your mindfulness practices, which we actually talked about last week. So if you haven't started to put them into place, this week you're going to really focus and get those practices placed into your diet. It is about having a holistic, healthy, well balanced diet, personal and professional life. It requires it, because what you don't realize is that when certain aspects of the diet are off, it throws off everything else and it makes everything else out of whack. So we're going to get the diet balanced and in harmony. Like I said, balance for that word is kind of suggestive, because balance could be meaning something different for you. You may call a balanced diet 3 trips to McDonald's, where I would say that's not a balanced diet. So just let's put that into perspective too, okay? So the second thing is the intersection of personal and professional values. This is the second prompt that I want you to work into. I want you to identify two core values that are significant both in your personal life and your professional role. So the intersection or that connection between your personal and professional values. I want you to identify only two of the core values that significantly impact both your professional and your personal life. And then I need you to kind of sit in that space. Now, let me just tell you, all these exercises require that you really sit in a space and place of meditation, of sitting in a place that you can kind of give your moment of introspection. And sometimes as C-suite executives and high-level entrepreneurs, we're so on the go that we think that everything's got to be so quick, quick, quick. But when we're really trying to bring synergy into our life, it requires that we sit in a place, in a space of pausing. And I teach about the power of pausing, which you all will get as we go through this. Because so many times we are so busy, we are running constantly. We're like on that proverbial hamster wheel. Well, I'm going to teach you how to get off of it. I'm going to teach you how to pull yourself off of that hamster wheel. So we're going to delve into specific instance or situations where these values have influenced your decision making in both domains. So I want you to reflect on how aligned or how aligning your personal and professional values enhance your overall well being and the effects in your leadership role. Now, those are two powerful examples and two powerful exercises that I gave you right off the bat that is going to help you into connecting and have that inner connection. Because that is what we have to do. We have to be able to sit to see how the two will marry into each other. Because sometimes, a marriage, it has to be balanced. It can't be that, one side of the marriage, they're picking up really 80% of everything else and you got 20, because then it throws off everything and it doesn't even make a healthy relationship. So we are going to build a healthy relationship between our personal and professional and our health even. And even that wardrobe, because I got everything covered. I told you, this is a full service luxury agency. So when you get to work with LaPaz, you get to work in totality. You don't have to go outside anywhere else. You get to work right here, and we get to build all of the elements in your life. So that brings us to our second master key, though. That means that we're going to have to integrate our goal setting. Yeah, I know. It's like, what? Yes, it's true. So it means that we're going to be setting clear goals that marry between work and professional life that will kind of seamlessly cross over, because it's important. Because of what you do and in the positions that you're in, you're accustomed to setting ambitious goals for your professional lives. However, though, now notice I said you're used to, and we're used to setting those ambitious, big, dynamic goals for our profession and for our professional lives. Integrating personal aspirations into goal setting can lead to a more holistic and sustainable approach, though. And I don't know how many people realize that, but it's true. And you might be wondering, what does this look like? What does it sound like? How does it feel? Well, guess what? I got an assignment for you. I come in all powered up because I want you to be that powered up, because having synergy is a dynamic energy. And it's that power to really be able to pour into each other, into that dynamic space. So, the first assignment for this aspect, right, is I need you to identify core values again. List your core values in both your professional and your personal space. But unlike the first time, I need you to see where are their unified goals and unified aspects of those goals. Meaning, like, Have you seen in that space, in that place, define short term goals that really align with your long term and short term goals in your personal life? Identify areas these goals can converge in creating that fostering of that symphony. So it means like sometimes we have goals in our professional lives. And as we're looking at those goals, we have to see how it will pour or trickle into our lives. So some of you may have aspirations, or you may be thinking of broadening your services or your reach. Maybe you're deciding that you're going to take your company overseas. So as you're looking at that and you're really looking into the way that it will impact, you also want to look at how is that going to impact and filtrate into your personal life. Because you may need to actually go abroad to either scout, if you don't have a concierge that is going to be doing that for you, you may need to take time to go and look and to kind of be in that space and that place and kind of place yourself into the culture. So that may require that even your family may need to integrate into that. How does the synergy work of bringing those goals into mind, body, soul, life, personal, professional life? So that's why that exercise is so important, because it's going to help you to be able to kind of bring that bird's eye view and leverage what you need. But when it does that, it also gets you to release the stress factor, because then it gives you that clarity and it gives you that breathing space to be able to speak in to what you're doing with your family, what you're doing in your day to day lives, because it's all about that work life synergy. It's all about making sure that we're balancing or we're harmonizing both sides of that table. So it requires that we put into place that strategic planning. See that? That means that we're going to develop a strategic plan that outlines actionable steps to achieve integrated goals. Consider how you're going to accomplish it in one area and how it can positively influence and enhance an achievement in the other area. But give yourself a moment to like sit with this exercise, because you want to have a clear picture of how you're going to merge these elements seamlessly. So that was a lot on that plate in just this short period of time. And we've only started this and we've been 18 minutes into this discussion. And you've got two powerful elements that we've already poured into. So I'm going to do a quick reset, because some of you all may be just joining, maybe just coming in, or if you're listening to the replay, you want to know how you can come and join us live. So, my name is Sonya LaRae. I'm a lifestyle relationship counselor, fashion psychologist, holistic health and wellness consultant, and motivational speaker. I'm the president and CEO of LaPaz Image Consultants, where everything is fabulous. I work with fabulous C suite executives, A-listers, and high level entrepreneurs to really help you all harmonize your lives and bring that aspect into what feeds your passion and your souls. And so it's always a pleasure for me to be able to come in and talk to you all. And I'm so sorry to be scratching my nose on camera, but I have such allergies today. And I told you that in the beginning, but I'm really battling with them today. So it's a lot. So please make sure that you have subscribed to our channel, and make sure that you hit the bell, because you'll be notified every time that we go live, that I go live in here, because I want to really help you and encourage you how to bring that harmonization into your day-to-day lives. And also, I have placed in the chat my calendar, that if you would like to work with me, please feel free to just, click on that link And you can actually jump on my calendar and book your consultation, because that's where you really get to work with me one on one. And this is giving you a broad view. This is getting you to really get the texture and the tone of how I teach and how I work with my clients, because it's important for me to really kind of build that kind of dynamics with you at all times, because we're going to be close to each other. We're going to constantly be in each other's space and place. And so it behooves me to make sure that I let you know. And then if you'd like to join us, of course, we're on social media, and you can even find us on Facebook, and as well here on our YouTube channel and Instagram at LaPaz Imaging. So please make sure that you give us a follow. So look, let's get back in to our discussion, okay? So before the reset, we were getting into the master keys for finding synergy. We were going to be harmonizing our work and professional life. And I gave you the keys of identifying your core values, unified goal setting, your strategic um, planning, because everything has to work congruently. Everything has to be like our master keys. They have to be able to unlock and lock different areas and chambers of our life, even. So that's why it's so imperative for me to give you the keys in this manner. So let's get back into our discussion. And I want to give you your final key for today, which is this is something that many of you all may need to start doing if you haven't. And I think, as far as it goes with us being executives, and all of us that, even if you're working into becoming an executive or you're starting your business out, this is an element that you need to put into your diet. And it's none other than time blocking, for harmonizing that personal and professional life. Now, I have to tell you guys something. I love time blocking because it's quintessential to my existence as a professional and even running an agency like this, because there's so many different elements. And then on top of it, many of you all know that I also have a podcast that is out every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know, it's called Whispers in a Bottle. You can catch it at 3 o'clock live on Blog Talk Radio, and that's at blogtalkradio.com/whispers in a bottle. So feel free to catch that, because it pours into you in a different way. And I always tell all of my executives to make sure that they join me over there as well. But this element, however, becomes even more impactful when applied to achieve a balance and, that in sync feeling that we want in our lives, in our minds, in our hearts. Because when we're not in sync, right? You feel chaotic. You feel something that is nervous inside of you. And it's something that just kind of just doesn't allow you to sit in a space and place. So I want to do a last exercise with you. And this exercise I love doing with my clients. And even like I tell them to even order themselves one of the time blocking cubes. It has different times on it. You can give yourself a minute to up to 30 to 60 minutes. Okay. So I want you to audit your time. And most of you know what auditing is. So that means that you're going to track your time allocation for both work and your personal activities over a typical week. Now, I know that says a lot right there. I know you're like, Sonya, what are you asking me to do? Trust me, you're going to thank me in the long run. I want you to identify areas where adjustments can be made to achieve a more harmonious balance. So sometimes, let me just tell you, when we're doing this and then we're in this space and place of time blocking, you may notice that on one side of the table, there's an imbalance. That maybe you're giving too much time in a certain area that's not freeing you to be able to really do the things that you need or want to do or to be a part of. Okay? So that means that we're going to literally prioritize meaningful activities. We're going to categorize the activities based on their significance, impact, and overall well-being. But we're also going to ensure that both work related and personal, now don't forget, we're doing both sides of the table, are giving due attention, that we're giving them the true due diligence on both sides of the table. So you're going to allocate specific time blocks for work. You're going to allocate specific time blocks for your family, your personal development, your relaxation. You're going to become disciplined at adhering to these blocks to establish your sustainable routine. Now, flexibility is something that you all are going to need, because you're going to see, like, when you first start this audit, it's going to throw everything off. Everything's going to be like chaotic. You're going to be like, wait a minute, I got to go back to how it was. Give yourself a moment. Give yourself a second to breathe into it. So, like I told you with that cube, the time blocking cube, you can go from 50 to 60 minutes, 15 to 60 minutes on that cube. It even has 1 minute little markers. You might need to take a minute to kind of stop and breathe into yourself. You may need to stop and take a moment to channel your energy different. So you may need to give yourself 1 to 5 minutes to be able to do that, to really get yourself to recenter and focus your brain to be able to kind of pour into what this task is requiring of you. Because a lot of times when we're doing this, it becomes overwhelming to our bodies because we're so accustomed, and many of us are on that autopilot kind of go kind of factor, that it doesn't allow us to really kind of sit in this space. So finding synergy between your work and personal life is not about compromising one for the other. And I really want to stress that to you all. But it's about recognizing the potential for mutual enhancement. It's about really being able to shift perspectives and engaging in integrated goal setting and strategic time management. It's those elements that I want you to really understand and to really kind of embrace fully. So, it's not something that happens overnight. And a lot of times when we're working together, because it is more so that it's in person, you get to shoot these things over to me and I get to really kind of sit and help you to see certain aspects that need to actually be broadened a little bit. Because sometimes when we're doing these audits, that's why you have the accountants. That's why you have the different ones that take a look at the books to make sure that they're really being audited correctly. And that's what I do. And in doing that, it allows you to now to start to pave the way for more of a fulfilling and balanced life. And it allows you to embrace your journey towards that synergy where success is, an aspect or that catalyst for your success. And I love words and I love putting certain words into discussions because I feel they're important for us to really be able to connect and to build upon. Because if we're not doing that in our day to day lives, and especially as professionals, how do we start to have that harmonious feeling? How do we start to let go of the stress? How do we stop getting our shoulders here and down here? It's by placing these elements into our life and into our diet in a healthy manner. So it's going to require that you commit to the exercises. It means that you have to commit to the exercises that I gave you today and placing them into your journal, and also regarding your ability to stay focused on the things that you want to bring into your life, that you can have that synergy. I told everyone for me this year for 2024, and I think I even shared it with our in our first discussion, is about abundance and more. So for me to have abundance and more requires that I get all these elements put into place correctly. For you to have that same kind of abundance and more, be it abundance of time, be it abundance being able to develop new projects, you have to be able to successfully integrate, marry, and have the synergy that life and professional can really be joined and function healthy and not be dysfunctional. So I want you to keep that in mind. I want you to come back again next week. We'll be back here again on Tuesdays. Next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you hit the bell so you're notified each and every time that I go live. And like I told you before, my name is Sonya LaRae. I'm the president and CEO of LaPaz Image Consultants, where everything is fabulous. Don't forget, also, ladies, I have something that is specifically for my ladies. So, a lot of times we are always working on ourselves. We're always trying to elevate to the next level. I have a weekly e blast that goes out that really works on your mindset, and it's that millionaire's mindset. It's a weekly e blast called the Millionaire's Mindset Network. There's a live link in the description box. Please make sure that you subscribe because I'm telling you, these ladies are finding value. They're building upon it and they're building their mindset as they develop and go into their millionaire's walk. So, with that being said, everyone, I'm looking forward to really connecting with you all again next week. We'll be back here in our safe zone talking, developing new conversations. And hey, if you have a question or you have an idea or you would like to have me pour into a specific topic, feel free to give me an email at information at lapazimageconsultants.net. And next week, I'll make sure that I have that on screen and in the comments as well. But make sure that if you feel that you would like to talk to me, don't forget there is also a live link to my calendar inside of the comment box that you can just click on there and book you a discovery call. All right, guys, with that being said, I hope you have a great afternoon, a great day. I told you I would only keep you about 30 minutes, and I love to keep my word. With that being said, have a great afternoon.